Amongst Mortal Kombat's most prominent of characters, Kung Lao is a razor-rimmed hat-wielding brawler named after his ancient ancestor, the Great Kung Lao, former champion of Mortal Kombat and great defender of Earthrealm. First appearing in Mortal Kombat 2, the Kung Lao of this era preferred a life of peace and pacifism with no intentions to replicate his ancestors' heroics. Hence, his reluctance to fight in the original Mortal Kombat game. By 1993's sequel though, and as a member of the White Lotus Society, he joins his ally Liu Kang in Outworld to defeat four-armed Prince of Shokan, Goro, the original slayer of his once mighty ancestor. Entering the arena in Mortal Kombat 2, adorning a blue V-neck vest and matching baggy pants, plus black sleeveless tunic and metal wrist guards, the most iconic staple of Kung Lao's early wardrobe was of course the aforementioned Oddjob inspired razor edge hat, a weapon capable of cleanly slicing opponents in two from a vicious repertoire of special moves and fatalities. First introduced in Mortal Kombat 2, the body slice is Kung Lao's most famous fatality, whereby his razor head is utilized to vertically bisect fallen foes. Kung Lao's hat throw is another signature move first possible in Mortal Kombat 2, and appearing in some form or another in subsequent Mortal Kombat appearances. The outfit worn by Kung Lao in Mortal Kombat 3 eschews the blue V-neck vest, with instead of him opting to fight in just a waistcoat version of his prior black tunic instead. The blue pants are replaced with a mustard color, but with the metal wrist guards, knee-high boots, and silver-rimmed razor hat, it's ostensibly the same outfit. Kung Lao's next appearance was in Mortal Kombat Gold, the Dreamcast exclusive expansion of Mortal Kombat 4. This feature is only focused on mainline canon entries, which excludes Gold, which is just as well as Kung Lao's outfit here was pretty much identical to Mortal Kombat 3. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance came next, and with it the first major overhaul of Kung Lao's outfit and moveset since his origin in MK2. Appearance-wise, Kung Lao is now adorned in a tasteful green robe with classy gold and red trim. The gold trim extends to his razor-sharp hat, now minus its chin strap, with gold also filling out the look of his metal wrist guards. Kung Lao is also a freshly vengeful character in Deadly Alliance 2, his wraith towards Shang Tsung owing towards him slaying Liu Kang. It is here Kung Lao also adopts the fallen Liu Kang signature move, the Whirlwind Kick, taught to him by Grandmaster Bo Raicho to give him the edge in battle over Shang Tsung. The signature Whirlwind Kick sees Kung Lao flying tornado-like towards his enemies, doing multiple kicks before dealing a final blow. Kung Lao didn't feature heavily in Deadly Alliance follow-up Mortal Kombat Deception. He'd been slain by Shang Tsung's Solnado after all. With fellow ally Kitana murdered by Quan Chi alongside the bulk of the White Lotus crew, Kung Lao appears as a cameo fighter only. His moveset here was unrefined due to it being a straight-up port from Deadly Alliance. His outfit wore a reskin though, with turquoise blue bagginess returning. Kung Lao's outfits here are mostly hatless too, which is something. Kung Lao's next major appearance in a Mortal Kombat title was in the 9th Mortal Kombat iteration, a reboot bracketed within the year 2011 to differentiate it from the original 1992 entry. In a look most reminiscent of his outfits in PS2-era 7th title Mortal Kombat Armageddon and action-adventure spin-off Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, Kung Lao's steel-rimmed hat is wider than ever. He's mostly back in black too, black sleeveless tunic, black metal wrist guards, and knee-high boots. Rounding out the look is a red sash belt and his now staple turquoise blue pants. At this stage in the timeline, Kung Lao is fighting for his family's honor with the added motivation to prove himself as equal to Liu Kang after being outclassed by him during a qualifying bout. For this, he equips himself with an enhanced version of his hat known as Ultimate Hat. Here he tosses his hat underhand in a style similar to Mortal Kombat 3, slicing into his opponents before spinning for a few seconds. Another of his signature moves to gain a revamp in this entry is the Wind Teleport, whereas before he'd go to the ground before reappearing before his opponent. In Mortal Kombat 2011, this move can be performed in the air, with the choice of a throw, punch, or kick to follow. His enhanced moveset in MK 2011 extends to his basic maneuvers too. His throw, for example, now includes a whirlwind spin before slamming opponents into the ground. Also, his hat slice can now be followed up with a second slice. Perhaps most gruesome though is the addition to his Razor's Edge fatality, whereby instead of retrieving his trusty hat after slicing his opponent's groin first into a buzzsaw like spinning hat, he lifts his bisected foe legs first. Arguably amongst the best character designs in all of Mortal Kombat history, Mortal Kombat X outfitted Kung Lao with his darkest, most mysterious look to date. There's hints of color, red trim in the hat, bronze leather looks in the shoulder pads, and a bright emerald green belt stash affixing his tunic beneath a more traditional leather and metal belt. Completing the look are embossed dragons icons adorning his metal accessories. Most noteworthy here, though, is Kung Lao's new buzzsaw-bladed hat, which, in addition to giving him a much more vicious appearance, grants him more control over its movement. The buzzsaw special move features an ability to move the hat's direction when already in motion, plus transport it faster or slower. It's a much more effective, unpredictable fighting style which suits aggressive players. Decidedly less mysterious is Kung Lao's look in Mortal Kombat 11. The chin strap to his hat is returned, at least, but his outfit resembles more of a sports team strip, with blue and red lines lighting up the mood after Mortal Kombat X's intrigue. His moveset receives some refinements here though. For example, the teleport maneuver sees Kung Lao tosses his hat to the ground and teleport to its location. There's 2 new fatalities to shore up the gore too. Head Nowhere sees Kung Lao decapitate his opponents with his hat before kicking their body away, then teleporting behind them to bisect their headless body in half, before stylishly throwing his hat at the severed head to remove its scalp. In Meat Slicer, Kung Lao throws his hat behind his opponent and keeps it spinning midair. He then forcibly grabs his opponent to sway them into the direction of the spinning hat, slicing their shins in the process, before their legs, then torso, then his signature bisection of whatever body remains. Throughout Mortal Kombat's history, Kung Lao's preferred fighting style is Shaolin Fist, utilizing quick combos followed by heavy final blows. In Mortal Kombat Armageddon, this style is expanded to launch enemies into the air before unleashing an air combo. Not mentioned in this feature yet is Kung Lao's broadsword weapon, but as evidence in the raft of signature moves and fatalities, his hat is primarily his weapon of choice. And it's a relief to see this hat returning in the upcoming Mortal Kombat 1 reboot, in its jagged, buzzsaw-like style too. Elsewhere in MK1, Kung Lao wears his most simple outfit for a while. This is a hark back to Mortal Kombat's origins after all. His navy blue button-down tunic is finished with red detail, and the bronze leather look shoulder pads from Mortal Kombat X return. Playable in Mortal Kombat 1's base roster, in the glimpses of gameplay we've seen thus far, it seems Kung Lao possesses some flashy new air combos, although presumably he's lost the knack for some of his more seasoned maneuvers adopted as the series went on, namely the whirlwind kick and the brutal fatalities from Mortal Kombat X. What appears in its place is anyone's guess, but as a character amongst the most evolved in MK's history, it'll be interesting to see how vengeful Kung Lao now is. Hey, did you know that we at Gaming Bolt upload new videos every day? Stick around, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell, and let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future with a comment below.